Hi, Pisces. Welcome to the Central European Tarot. All right, I'm Claudia St. John's. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to be using two brand new tarot decks for you guys. All right, the first reading I'm doing is Aries through Pisces, what you need to know. And this is a fun little game, okay, and I'll explain in a minute. And the second reading is going to be a main love read, okay, used with a different tarot deck, okay. I'm going to use this one, and this is fun too, as keep pictures on there. All right, so let me go back to this first one. So this is Aries to Pisces, and you can see if you were still dealing with your ex, where would you guys be today? You can check in on a current sign you're dealing with, or if you got a crush on somebody but you're not dating them, you can see what if you were dating them? How would things be today? And this is for the current energy, okay? So whenever you get this reading, it's just very current. All right, it's not meant for years or months ahead. It's maybe a week or two, if that, okay? Very current energy. All right. Aries to Pisces, all right? All right. I'm just shuffling these a little bit. I already pre-shuffle these. I'm just gonna get the energy for Pisces in here. Oh, wow. I want to get into your reading right now. Yeah. How many cards are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. Well, that never happened before. Okay, so something about me. I do things differently. I always do different kind of tarot readings, okay? Usually people on YouTube do the same kind of format every single time, okay? That's usually how they get the ratings. I'm not like that. I change up the style of the reads all the time, but you still get the same answer, you know what I mean? Because I do love reads on money, basically. But anything's on the table: health, legal. If I have time to include everything, I will. But I always get in love, money. Okay, those are the top two, depending on how much time there is. Okay. Yeah, I'm going on at 2:30 in the morning. It's been a long day, so I worked all day, then I went out, and now I'm here doing readings. Okay. So don't mind how I look right now. I always do readings late at night, so I always look like, all right, she needs to get some rest. Yeah. I have a lot of energy. I'm just a very energetic person. All right. So I'm burning the midnight oil big time. That's a lot of stuff I did today. A lot. And okay. So I'm going to do your reading first, and then I'm going to do the 12 signs with the other tarot card. I'm going to do it a little backwards. All right, if you don't mind. If this is cool with you, okay. So get your chips, get your drinks, pull up a chair, and let's get into your reading. All right. So I'm going to do your main reading now. And then your second reading after this one, okay? So you want to stay tuned. All right. So the first card out is the Fool. All right. So the current situation is I see you dealing with somebody. You could be traveling with somebody soon. I see things being fun and still spontaneous. So I get like new energy with this. Okay. And if you're not dating anybody right now, I see some new connection coming in, because the Fool is like very new energy. Okay. But if this is, so hold on, Pisces, if you've been dealing with somebody for a while, 6 months or longer, don't cut this off. This just means things are still fresh between you guys. That's all. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. And, let me take my notes. All right. So they're showing up as somebody who's very adventurous, fresh energy. This is somebody who doesn't take things seriously, though. Okay, that's how they're showing up. This is somebody very spontaneous, doesn't like to plan. They don't think really about the future so much. They just are in the moment kind of person. Okay, the current situation, we have Justice. Okay. So I feel like things are, you guys are both, it's a very balanced connection. You guys balance each other off in some way. Maybe you plan and they're spontaneous and you guys balance each other in that way. That's one example. Maybe you're younger, they're older, or vice versa, and you guys balance each other out that way, keep things fresh, you guys. Something like that. It's like you guys balance each other out. There, I see things being truthful out in the open. You guys are like-minded, very intellectually like-minded, so you guys relate to each other. Um, okay, maybe you or them could work in the law department in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Uh, okay. Or maybe you guys are having a lawsuit. And I'm just throwing it out there. Okay. If it makes sense or it doesn't, I'm just going to throw it out there. Such is life. Okay. Um, then their thoughts about you is the Eight of Swords. Okay, they're stressing. Now, the Eight of Swords is somebody playing the victim. This is somebody that is limiting themselves, restricting themselves. So even if things are their fault, they'll still play the victim. Like, I didn't know. And hence, this person could be younger than you. I feel like it's a younger, very spontaneous, very like I said, somebody who's not doesn't really think about the future. So this person can doom themselves in, okay, a lot, and then go, I don't know why it happened. Okay. So this person is playing the victim in this connection. Like, I didn't see a problem yet, and they're already playing the victim of something. This is okay. All right, just letting you know. If this is not how they are, then I feel like this person, because the Fool is usually a short-term connection, this person may talk themselves into why they couldn't have a long connection with you because they're not really what you need. They just could talk themselves down. All right. And that's just where I'm going to leave it. All right. And their actions towards you is the Eight of Coins. Okay, I do like their actions towards you, though. This is putting time, energy, effort into the connection or into you. So they are trying. They are putting effort into it, and I legitimately will validate that they are trying and they are efforting. Okay, to be, to put a value into this connection. All right, and so what's the end game here? What's their intentions? What's the goal here for them with you? Is a 10 of Coins. And that is commitment or even marriage with kids and the American dream. 10 of Cups is the American dream, but the 10 of Coins is the American dream and living good, living fat, living rich. Okay. So that's their end game with you. Okay, I like this. I like this guy. It surprised me that the end game is that, and I applaud the Fool because the Fool doesn't usually think that far ahead. Okay, whether they know it or not. All right, that's the end game. Whether they know that or not, this is the end game. This is the possibility of the end game being, okay? So they shouldn't beat themselves up as much as they do. Tell them to lighten up. And all that means is just to go easy on yourself, okay? And the advice here is the Eight of Cups. Oh, no. Eight of Cups means, okay. I'm going to give one example, and I don't know. I don't even know if I should say that. If this person does something wrong, do not be afraid to walk away from them, to teach them a lesson. And and do this at your own will. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just saying this is one of the advice possibilities, okay? Because the Eight of Cups is Pisces energy, and it's about walking away because you're disappointed and you feel like so much disappointment. Man, I just gotta leave this be, okay? So that kind of energy. But the Eight of Cups, like any other tarot card, has other meanings as well to it. All right. This also in other tarot decks has a moon, and it shows the cycles of the moon. And well, it doesn't show the cycles of the moon. It just shows the eclipse and a full moon in one. And that's supposed to mean the cycles of the moon. So something can be changing from whatever. We're in a full moon right now. Okay, actually, we're in a full moon right now. So the next time you have a full moon, things can change with this person. Okay. That's the advice, that things will change. I don't know what kind of advice. Or you need to change something up by the next full moon with this person. Okay, if that makes any sense to you. And or this could be like going on a new spiritual journey. Okay, this is the advice is maybe together, embarking on a new spiritual journey together, or could be a thing that holds you guys together like glue. Okay, take it or leave it. All right, so the signs here we have is Aquarius, we have Libra, we have Virgo, we have Gemini, Virgo again, and Pisces. Okay. All right. So this is your reading, and this was your first reading. Okay. And let's go now to the all 12 signs, which you need to know dealing with each sign. So remember, this can be, your ex. You can see where, if you are still dealing with an ex, where would you guys be today? Okay. And you can check out, of course, the current connection you're dealing with now. Maybe some of you guys are dealing with many people. Maybe there's many signs you can check out. Okay. Or, if you're on a dating app and you're talking to many people, you can check out, oh, okay, I'm dealing with a Cancer, a Gemini, a Taurus, a Virgo. Okay. And see, what it says about that. Or this can, if you are, maybe you're interested in somebody, but you're not talking to them, not dating. And you could just see, what if you were? Where would things be today with them? That's just a funsy little game. All right. All right. You can be creative with this as much as you like. All right. All right. This Pisces, right? Pisces. I almost called you Virgo. All right. If I called you Virgo, this is a Pisces read for sure. I just did a Virgo read. Okay. That's why Virgo is so fresh on my mind. This is Pisces read for sure. All right. So Pisces, dealing with an Aries. All right. Let's see what we got for you. The Knight of Wands. Okay. Pisces, whether you're a male or female watching, welcome to both. There seems to be an Aries that's very sexually motivated, okay? And there could be a new Aries moving close in your neighborhood that you could be meeting, okay? So I do see a new Aries coming in, and they're a very fun, playful energy, very sexually motivated. And current energy, if you are with an Aries, this is saying things are moving fast between you guys. Okay, you might want to slow it down a bit if it's not a problem that's moving this fast. The advice would be slow it down a little bit. But I do see good changes coming about for couples, okay, if you're dealing with an Aries. Okay, and there might be some money coming in as well. All right. And if you're dealing with a Taurus, Page of Wands. Okay, Page of Wands. So this is the younger brother of the Knight of Wands, all right? So this guy is just trying to figure out what he's doing. He's trying to imitate his brother, Good Time Charlie here. So this is a very flirtatious energy, short-term connections. With the Knight of Wands, you're lucky you get a connection, okay? Because they're usually player energy. But the Page of Wands, Of course, with any of these cards, you can have a connection with. So the Page of Wands could be somebody younger than you or just somebody immature. Page of Wands, I see a lot of texting, emails, messaging, phone calls going on, or even sexting. Okay. I do see a new Taurus coming in for you. That's going to be very playful energy. Okay. And if you're currently with a Taurus, like I said, it's fun and flirty. I see communication. Okay. And if you're dealing with a Gemini, we have the High Priestess. Okay. So if this is a new Gemini, Pisces, they're advising you to be your true self. Okay, be your true self, be open and honest. I see things being open and honest in the connection. And I see, if those are coupled, I see you guys having intimacy, good sex. For the new people, this new person may be very affectionate, even touchy maybe, okay? A very touchy, hands-on person, always petting, like, always touching you in some way. Very affectionate energy. You guys could be mirroring each other, couples, or even even singles, sure. And so I see open, honest communication. I see things. You guys are being your true selves. I see this on the up and up. Okay. All right, moving on. Okay, so if you're dealing with a Cancer, we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So Page of Pentacles looks like this, and the reverse. Okay, so if you're dealing with a wait a minute, a Cancer, you could be getting lots of tarot readings about them, or a tarot reading, and hence if you're watching this, you're getting a tarot read right now about them. This could be somebody you friend zoned, or they friend zoned you. Okay. Yeah. Couples or singles. This is something that's heading into friend zone, or couples. You guys could even just be together as not so much as lovers, but more like friends, if that makes sense. Okay. Write in the comments if that's true, if you don't mind sharing. Okay. Thank you. We're not trying to out or embarrass anybody. It just, we're sharing. Just shares to solve a problem in half. Okay. And if you're dealing with a Leo. All right, let's see. The Knight of Cups. This Leo is going to be pursuing you, especially if they're new. And if those are already dealing with the Leo, I feel like, I feel like they're ready into you. I feel like they may be even proposing taking this to the next level very soon. Okay? All right. Or if they already proposed recently. Okay? Anything to the next level could mean like pregnancy, moving in together, taking an engagement, marriage, what have you. You know what the next level means for you guys. All right, if you're dealing with a Virgo Pisces, we have the moon. Whether they're new or current, there could be misunderstandings, feelings of uncertainty with this Virgo. Feeling that they're shady, they're hiding something, maybe even being deceptive. Okay. New or current with a Virgo applies to both. And if you're dealing with a Libra, we have the Five of Cups. All right, there's a Libra that's very sad. Okay, maybe you guys are broken up. And if you guys broken up with the Five of Cups, you have a good chance of getting back together again. Now, if you guys didn't break up and you guys have the Five of Cups, then this could be a Debbie Downer energy. This person likes to put woe is me energy. And it's always looking at what's not working then versus what is working. Okay. I mean, that's just the best. This person can be a drinker. They could just be sad, like, like depressed, maybe. Okay. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, Ace of Wands. All right. So a new Scorpio, there'll be intense attraction between you guys. And couples, I see some good sex going on between you guys. Okay. And then if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, we have the King of Wands. Okay. King of Wands. All right. This is a very good looking person. And whether they're a female or male, they could be well endowed. Okay. This person may have commitment issues. Okay. For instance, males, if you're dating a King of Wands and they're a female, they may, instead of getting married, they just might want to be a life partner. Okay. Something about labeling commitment or actually getting them to be monogamous. There are some people that are nowadays that don't really care to be monogamous, but still will be in a relationship but just not be monogamous. So something about that, what the whole thing what I just said, whether being monogamous or in a relationship, one or two is off kilter with them. Okay. But doesn't mean it's impossible with them to get both, get monogamy in a relationship. It doesn't mean it's impossible. And if this non-committal King of Wands, doesn't mean you wouldn't be dating them for months and months and months. Okay. This can go and go. And it's not impossible for them to commit. They can. It's just difficult. Okay. It's not as easy breezy with some other people it would be. Okay. So who was that? And that was 3, 6, 9. That was Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, King of Wands. And how appropriate the King of Wands is a fire sign. All right. And if you're dealing with a Capricorn, we have the Tower. Ooh, a shakeup happening. A sudden shakeup. Could be a sudden breakup. Or if it's not a breakup, you have a revelation about the connection or about them. Usually this revelation is usually you find out something disturbing. Okay. And if you're dealing with an Aquarius, we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Oof. All right. So this person, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, whether they're new or current, this person is not keeping their options open. They are not. And they found the one. You may be the one for them. Okay. And if you're dealing with a Pisces, Two of Cups in reverse. So if you are in a relationship with the Pisces and maybe one-sided, one has more feelings than the other, could be breakup energy as well, could be cheating, lying going on, all that nasty stuff, or fighting. Okay, it doesn't have to be a breakup, it could just be fighting or discord. There's a discord in the connection. And if it's new, if it's a new person coming in with the Two of Cups in reverse, this can be somebody that you wouldn't think you'd be in a relationship with. Maybe it's a friend you're talking to and you never thought of them as somebody you'd be in a relationship with, and you find yourself in a relationship with. Or maybe it's not the typical person you normally date. Okay. And that's what I have for you. All right. So those were your two reads. Let me know in the comments if anything resonated, if you will. And otherwise, thank you for watching. And you have a good night. All right. Take care of yourselves and each other. Au revoir. Ciao. Muy bien. Guten Nacht. Guten Morgen. Morgen and guten Tag. Bye-bye.